Hello, I'm Lois Dixon Myers here at my home in Houston, Texas, and I'm standing next to the portrait of my father, who was a fellow at the Mayo Clinic and a member of the Priestley Society, which was the honor group of surgeons. My father always said that if we ever got socialized medicine in America, it would bankrupt the country. The reason I'm talking with you here today, which is October 3rd, 2013, is about Obamacare and the shutdown of the federal government. I wanted to cite an article written in the Examiner newspaper yesterday citing Dr. Pease, that's P-E-A-S-E, who is a U.S. constitutional lawyer and expert on the U.S. Constitution. And he was saying that the U.S. Congress, the House of Representatives, did it all wrong. This bill that they passed through the House last week, he said that if they would pay attention to the U.S. Supreme Court ruling of 2012, where Justice John Roberts declared, and the others on the Supreme Court declared, that Obamacare was unconstitutional, what they could have done was made a standalone bill for Obamacare and defunded it right then and there. That bill alone then would have passed to the Senate, who would not have had any authority per the U.S. Constitution to touch it, nor the President of the United States, because the U.S. Constitution grants the sole authority of levying taxes to the House of Representatives. Neither the Senate nor the President has the authority to levy taxes on the American people. Now, what the ruling said in 2012, the Supreme Court ruling, said that the Obamacare was unconstitutional because they said that it was illegal for the House to mandate anything to the American people. In that case, or in Obamacare, what it does is mandate that the people have to buy Obamacare, health insurance, unconstitutional. Furthermore, what Dr. Pease said, the lawyer, the U.S. constitutional lawyer, said that the Democrats today are trying to say that the Obamacare was passed and it is law. Dr. Pease said that is not correct. That is untrue, because Obamacare was ruled unconstitutional in 2012 with the Supreme Court ruling. What the ruling said was that it was not right that the Democrats were trying to twist the arm of the Republicans back in 2012 or back in whenever it was going through being debated in Congress in 2009 and 2010 and 2011, that the Democrats wanted to twist the arm of the Republicans and say that if they did not go along with Obamacare and pass it through, that they would withhold and not pass the already allocated money for Medicaid to the states, which was already on the budget. And Dr. Pease said that Dr. Roberts said that was a no-no. Therefore, he shot that down and ruled Obamacare as unconstitutional. The Congress, the House of Representatives, has the authority, sole authority, to levy taxes. So the Supreme Court ruling said that the Congress could not mandate anything, therefore they could only deal with Obamacare as a tax. So what Dr. Pease said was, if they would put it in a bill, a standalone bill, that is, the House would do that, saying that it was not a good tax because it's, number one, unaffordable, and number two, does not provide patient care. They have discovered this over investigation over the last 2 or 3 years, that it would not be a viable tax. And therefore, the majority rule of Republicans in the House could have and should have voted Obamacare down based on being a bad proposition as a bad tax, And that would have been the end of it. We would not have had this shut down at all. It would have gone, the bill would not have gone to the Senate, who could have put it away, or said, denied it, or the president denied it and put it back into the House. We would not have had any of that. The Senate and the president would have been hands off with the House bill, standalone bill, saying that we are not going to pass this tax, not a mandate, but a tax on the American people. And that's what the House of Representatives has the sole authority to do. What they should have done, instead of putting Obamacare as an expendable item, a budgetable item that people purchase or that they would allocate money for on the general budget, the fiscal budget, that the Obamacare had no business even being put into the budget, that was part of the bill that was passed without the Obamacare being on it. The Congress said, the House said, we will not fund Obamacare. They didn't have the right to fund it or not to fund it. It's a mandate that they're not allowed to mandate on. They can only use it as a tax. So that had no place. Obamacare should never have been on that bill that was a federal budget for that year for the federal government. Should have been a standalone bill. So what needs to be done is Dr. Pease needs to go to the floor of Congress and explain this to the American people and have a revote in the House of Representatives with a new bill, standalone bill, just on Obamacare, saying it is not a good tax, not a viable option, and shot Obamacare down, defunded it, repealed it right there, so that we can start all over and have a better bill that will provide better coverage that's more affordable for more American people, not Obamacare in its present state. Thank you, and may God bless you, and I hope that together we can have a better America and save America from bankruptcy. Thank you so much.